change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Play me like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford, shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes.
Using Kane with the comes in there.
Didn't stop it. He knew what was about to happen. Wait a moment. Wait a moment.
I see it now. I see it now.
Let it do it to you, Brad.
What? 8th Street.
To show to you that I'm more good than I am bad.
Azure. Stop it. They have a family. Don't do it to them.
And I'll be somewhere that you need me. And I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
A 1v5.
And he's sniped by Illusion.
Remedy gonna get gunned again. That was a great nade by Mayo.
Should never have gotten that 3 piece.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm Shifty here, joined by Trevor. Trevor, how you doing today, buddy?
Man, I'm doing great. It's just been a whole lot of Call of Duty for me today, watching all day. And now I'm finally get to cast and I get to talk about it and not sound crazy when I'm in my room by myself. So that's awesome. I'm feeling great about that. What about you?
Oh, it's been a long day of Call of Duty successes, triumphs, and failures, especially if you've been paying attention to the CDL matches going on today. We are now going to contribute and throw our hat in the ring as we have a hell of a matchup for you here tonight. It's going to be the number, I believe, 4 seed, Swift Uprising versus Band of Misfits coming in at the 10 seed. And again, this is going to be Season 2, Event 2, Minor 3. So definitely the third, so just halfway. This is basically the halfway point for the second event. And we'll be seeing all of the teams across the league play at some point in time throughout these matches. But for now, we've got a hell of a match in front of you. I've personally seen Band of Misfits play on a couple occasions, and they are a very, very talented squad. Swift Uprising, no jokes themselves.
Yeah, and as we head over to the lookout, I just want to point out a couple things about each of these teams here. So I mean, obviously the numbers are on your screen, you can see that. But what's interesting about it is the past couple times we've casted, we've seen a lot larger disparity in the numbers. I mean, here we have the Dom KD being the biggest difference, and that's not even a big difference in itself. Just being at around numbers, we'll get to that later. Like I said, casters and math, man, doesn't work out.
1-5, by the way. Domination difference.
Yeah. And that comes out to an average of 0.08 to separate the respawns, slightly in the advantage of Swift Uprising for those. And they obviously have the advantage in the Search and Destroy KD as well. As we look at this, I mean, that kind of tells a story of what this match will be, or maybe tells us what it won't be. So, I mean, both of these teams can slay. We've all seen it. So this really might not be the story about kills if both teams bring it. We might be fighting for some of those rotations and angles. And those are super important when we start to look at the maps for this matchup.
I totally agree. As the map's going to be thrown on the screen currently, we hope you guys like a healthy dose of St. Petrograd, because we've got it 3 times throughout this best of 5, and sandwiched in between those 3 St. Petros, we've got 2 gun runners, so we're going to be seeing a lot of the same maps. Remember, this is veto style, so both teams came to an agreement to play these 5 maps across the board, and we'll see if those similar stats are indicative of how the series goes. We've seen some absolute barn burners here on the K7 League channel, and I'm imagining that this one is not going to be any different. I like that you highlighted how similar the numbers are as well, because being able to outslay your opponent is definitely something that we see across the board in a lot of respawn modes. However, with that being said, when the numbers are so similar, it's going to boil down to maybe 2 or 3 massive plays per map. We're going to see the big swing plays. Who's going to rotate first and get a full 60 on P4 on St. Petro, for example? Or who is going to watch the cuts and be able to play the trades on Gunrunner, Search and Destroy, and who is going to take advantage of the positive spawns in map number 3 in St. Petro Domination. It's gonna be a hell of a series. I'm excited here to be joined by Trevor. Big shout out to our sponsors for K7. Of course, you see at the top, presented by GitGudHosts. That is one of them. We also would like to thank Rogue Energy for powering the Lookout. FadeGrips as well as Gamers Resort, who is another one providing safe spaces for gamers all over the place. So congratulations to the teams for making it so far in this event, and I am itching to get going.
Yeah, and one thing to talk about each team, put together a couple keys to victory for them. One thing for Swift, I think a lot of people would consider them the favorite going into this map. Or not map, but match, rather. And one thing that they need to do is to try to get it done in 3. Don't let Misfits get scrappy, because that's the last thing you want to do when you're going against a team that is, just as good as you. Honestly, those numbers, there wasn't big of a difference there. And for Band of Misfits, I'm going to use the word steal, but it might not be the right word, but steal the search. And you really focus on those rotations in the hard point, specifically this first one on the St. Petrograd, as you kind of highlighted. And then even when we get to the Gunrunner hard point, that one plays a big rotation battle. Maybe not as much as Petro, but it's still definitely there. And if you're Band of Misfits, that's something that you definitely want to focus on heading into this series.
Absolutely, as we're going to have, like you said, maps that are going to be very rotation heavy, as well as some maps that are definitely going to be more about the trades and the map positioning, which is the name of the game with a lot of these respawns. I'm interested to get it going. I want to see it in the chat. We got 25-ish people in the chat already. And I want to see who is going to win this series. If you were to bet $100 on it right now, I want to see the predictions in the chat. I do see Cole asking, Band of Misfits was not in the American Gaming Network. They have been through K7 pretty much the entirety of the time that I have been with K7. And I will say, though, that I saw them make it to the semifinals of the previous events major, right before we had the finals match that myself and Tugboat casted. I believe it was Knights Templar that knocked Band of Misfits out of contention. So definitely a team that can hang with some of the top teams in this league, despite their current ranking, despite their current seed. We know seeding isn't everything. It's all about who comes to play. It'll be interesting to see who does this series.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in the chat, so far we've only seen a couple predictions, but Swift is definitely favored here. And as I mentioned when I was kind of breaking down, I think a lot of people would consider them the favorites. It does, 3-2 Band of Misfits from one of your relatives there, Shifty. So do you think that they know what they're talking about? Do they know Call of Duty as well as you do?
I'm gonna claim them. Yes, I'm gonna go for the underdog. Last night that didn't work super well for me, as I predicted the underdog in a 3-2 game 5 barn burner, as we did not get to see that, unfortunately. But I always love a good underdog story, and I'm gonna go to Band of Misfits in a map 5. And yeah, Ivan, you might be right. I might be tripping, actually. It may have been Natural Talent that beat Band of Misfits, because I know Natural Talent ended up winning that major, but I couldn't remember who they played off the top of my head, so thank you for that. Yeah, so Band of Misfits versus Swift, two teams that we've seen that have a lot of slaying power. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I really wish that we had some maps other than the two that we have sprinkled across this best of 5. It makes for a boring series, but hopefully the players light up the map and give us something interesting to watch.
Yeah, you talked about your predictions there. Yeah, you said you took Band of Misfits 3-2 over Swift. I'm completely countering everything that you said, and I'm going to go with Swift in that 3-0. I don't think that they're going to play around. I think that they're going to come out and stop it. Hopefully they follow my keys to victory and actually go for that. So that's my prediction, honestly, 3-0 to the side of Swift Uprising.
You heard it here first. Trevor and I disagreeing. What else is new? Hero, be the tiebreaker. I know you're listening. Turn on your mic. Give me who's gonna win it.
Man, if I were to say, I'd say 3-1, and that's gonna be to the side of Band of Misfits. I'm going with them on this game. No hate to Swift, but I miss my man Mancini. I know he's a great search player, but I mean their fifth is actually doing very well. So for their pickups, but honestly, I think Band of Misfits can bounce back from this one. They're really looking to play and really looking to come out on this one pretty big.
You heard it here second, as Hero, the man, the myth, the legend, is taking Band of Misfits. I think maybe the first time Hero and I actually agree.
There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, Shifty. I don't know if you were in chat, but I heard Hero casting earlier, and I don't think he was right in his predictions. And if he was right, it was by luck. So I don't know if you're on the right side there, man. Just to throw a little bit of shade over to our producer. I mean, he does a great job. I'm sorry that I actually disappoint you, Cole. But I'm going with that 3-0.
He just wants to go to bed, bro. He just wants to go. Trevor just
Yeah,
wants to
honestly though, I don't blame him. I mean, a quick series means quick payments for the casters. I mean, I'm with you, bro. It's all right. It's, I have a stuffy nose.
You're getting paid? I'm just kidding.
No, yeah. This is all pro bono. Shout out to Hyper because Hero's got my K7 sweatshirt on the way, buddy. And I'm really excited to get this match started. Where are we at in terms of getting the lobby all
They
loaded
got the
up?
lobby up. I'm just waiting for my invite. I don't know what the hell's going on. Hold on. Let me see. I'm joining
Never a
on
good
somebody.
sign.
Oh, yep, I'm in the lobby. Okay, I'm in the lobby.
Oh, baby, we are
Yeah.
that much closer to getting this series underway. I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
I'm ready for it 100%. I mean, we got to see Swift play the other day, and I mean, Anbu on the side of Swift. I mean, he was lighting it up the whole time. I've seen him in the chat, in the stream chat, so he's ready. He said he called 3-0, and when I see a player call 3-0 for their own team, I mean, you gotta respect that confidence, and that's a pretty big factor into why I chose that 3-0, because when a player comes in like, yo, we're smoking them 3-0. I mean, when you have that mindset, you typically do win.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that secondary analytical caster on this stream with you, but I'm gonna challenge you because the only reason why I say 3-1 to ban Misfits is I don't know if you heard me the last stream. I don't know which game I was streaming, to be honest. Too many games that happened throughout the week, but Oblivion and Prodigy are two duos on the ban Misfits side that you want to look at when they're playing. Just like in the last game for Finale, you saw Zella and Nike, or Zella and whoever else was popping.
Zella and Nike, you're right. Yep.
So like these are the two power duos, especially when it comes to search, because this team is a search-based team, like strong suit. Like look at that, look at it again. I know they're like below Swift.
I was about to say what's going on here. Yeah, they're a strong search team. I definitely have the advantage there. Switches the screen and their KD's actually lower.
Yeah.
good analysis there, Hero. That's actually great.
I was hoping
great
that
to see that.
1.28 was on the Band of Misfits side, but I mean I could put a little X right there right now. It's like a little graphic, but
Cue the wah wah.
But I mean honestly, Prodigy and Oblivion, big respect to them. They play pretty well. They have C-Pills tonight playing as well. He set out a few games. Diggs is playing tonight as well. But they have pretty much everybody here in the lobby. We're just waiting on Swift Uprising because they haven't got invites yet. But that's why I said 3-1. If they even take it to that map 5, I mean, I think Ben and Misfits can seal it there. And shout out to Anbu because he's like only one caster has love for us, and I think he was referring to you, Trevor. But I got love for Swift Uprising. I mean, they made it this far. It's not like that. It's not expected. I mean, this would be a real shocker if they lose this matchup. But I mean, players to look at for that team is definitely going to be Anbu and. Oh man, who's that other guy that's there? Oh my gosh, not Raleigh, Vex.
Yeah, he has been an absolute monster. We watched Vex and Anbu absolutely piece the last time that they played. Granted, who did Swift Uprising play? Can we throw the bracket up really quick?
Oh, they played Plague Nation.
Ah, yeah. That was the
3-1.
game
It was
5.
the
I thought it was the game 5, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know. I've stopped writing after the last Dom, but Plague took the hard point, and then Swift took the S&D and Dom for sure. That's about all the notes I have, but I know that Swift obviously took that, and it was pretty Dom. I think I think it was the game 5.
Pretty sure it was, because then because they ended up going 6-4. Yeah, 6-4 in the final S&D. So definitely teams that know their way around a search and destroy. And hopefully they bring that A game today, as we are currently waiting for the lobby to get all set up.
It's not easy,
but
lots of delay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's so fun fact. That's literally why commentators get paid, because anybody can talk about a video game that they're watching. I feel like a majority of people where they lose it is being able to BS for the in between time. Yeah. So yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Impromptu
Not that.
podcast.
I mean, hey, I could go get my mom. She could walk upstairs and we could have an impromptu podcast and we could take chat suggestions. But I'll spare you guys that.
Yeah,
Well,
please.
I'd like to answer a couple questions. Does anyone in the chat have a question for me, Shifty? You can leave Hero out. You don't gotta include him.
Yeah, we're the real talent here.
Oh shit, I'm piecing.
He said, I'm gonna head out. But I mean, honestly, if anyone has any questions, we're honestly just chilling right now. We could throw you guys to a break, but I like talking. It's what I do.
Yeah, and you're oh so good at it.
I don't know if that was sarcastic or not, but I'm taking it as a compliment.
Take it how you want, buddy.
Noted. So there are actually 0 questions in the chat. Shifty, I have a question for you. What is your favorite Call of Duty of all time?
Wow.
Like just overall, you enjoyed playing it the most.
So are we barring nostalgia from that or no?
No, you can include.
Because if we're being nostalgic, then my favorite COD forever will be COD 4.
Okay,
I actually love that game. Modern Warfare Remastered was awesome, but I will say that the game that I tended to enjoy playing the most at the competitive level was probably Black Ops 3.
So I'll admittedly I got into Call of Duty a little bit late. I didn't get into it till I started to get into high school. Advanced Warfare was my best and favorite Call of Duty. I remember I was actually pretty nasty at ranked play. Didn't know what GBs were at the time, so never really was into it. It's right around the time I started watching competitive too. So toward the end of Advanced Warfare, I saw the rise of that Optic dynasty. So that's kind of exactly where I got into Call of Duty. So I think overall, Advanced Warfare is my favorite Call of Duty. But I played Black Ops 3 for 2 years because I was not a huge fan of IW. So I guess most playtime's going to go to Black Ops 3, but overall favorite's going to have to be Advanced Warfare.
See, I'm with you there. In fact, I loved Black Ops 3 a lot, but when
100%.
IW came out, see, big shout out to Schlatt in the chat. He knows, bro. He knows those MWR days when we would be putting in the grind in GBs, dude. That was a really, really great time. I think over the course of the entire Modern Warfare Remastered season, I was like 300 something or 200 something and 30 something over the whole season. I no lifed that game. But in Black Ops 3, let me just flex my GB record like that matters. I was like 686 and 86. So we used to have many a long night grinding GBs back in the day. Shout out to Schlatt for being a part of the OG Five Guys restaurant. That was our teammate's name, or that was our team name.
Awesome. Yeah.
But do you guys think I'm good at casting? Feel free to roast me. Yeah, Breezy, no, I think you're a good caster.
I think you're trash.
I think you're a good caster. I think you have some things to work on, but who doesn't? I mean, everybody has phases in their work that they can improve. I am a little offended that you honestly think that I stole Mathematically Impossible, though, because I've been commentating since like 2014. But let me just show my age real quick. But it's all love. It's all love.
That's the other question. How old are you?
23.
What? I'm older than you?
Yeah. Yes, probably.
He's in his blinky or no one likes him.
So quite literally, I started commentating when I was
13.
17. What the hell? Where's your math? I said 2014. He said, okay, so
Bro,
23
my
minus 6 is 13.
My math is all on that
Yeah.
S&D KD right there. That's what it is.
Get out of here, dude.
what it is.
Get out of here. But I started casting when I was 17. And I believe there is a hierarchy to Call of Duty esports. If you can't play, you coach. If you can't coach, you cast. If you can't cast, you own. And you see where I reside in that hierarchy. So
He's
it took
in
me.
the talks to buy a team right now.
It took me. It took me. Oh, I know you were kidding, Breezy. I know I was just blowing you crap. But so it took me 2 full Call of Duty games because I started competing in Ghost. I was competing in Halo before then, and I really sucked at that too. So I tried to get into Ghost competitively and played okay at that, and then did a full season of competitive Advanced Warfare before I realized that I hated it, and then switched to casting, and here I am. So.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot relate to that story. I just played casually with friends. Shout out to Bergen, wherever you are out there. Hashtag Bluestone Clutch is how we did it back in the Advanced Warfare days. But no, I've been casting for right around 6 months. Just started doing it. Saw an open thing on Twitter. I said, I think I'd be good at that, and I started doing it. Fell in love, and here I am today.
Well, the Call of Duty community. Oh, is it?
It is.
Let's go. I am ready. I am not ready to
Yeah.
play Petrograd, but I am ready for some Call of Duty. Let's go, everybody.
It's a good thing that you're not playing it then. You're talking about it as the graphic is loading up. St. Petrograd, welcome to Saturday Night Match Night. Again, I'm Shifty here, joined by Trevor, as we have a hell of a map ready to load up, as we are going to get right into things. Trevor, who do you want to start on board with first?
I mean, I want to go to the side, whoever's on the bad side, to see how they OE. So whoever's the other team right now.
That would be Band of Misfits on the green side. We're going to hop on board with one of their players as soon as Hero is capable of hitting the X button. We do have Oblivion on your screen, who does die thanks to the caster's curse.
Always.
Both teams going to fight scrappy for this hill, as we didn't see anybody overextend for P2 right off the break from Band of Misfits. That might be a bad sign, as currently, I mean, they got plenty of time to do it, but they're getting there. I mean, they need to begin pushing past that mid-map line. We see Diggs trying to lead that assault with the help of the rest of his squad, as looks to me like Swift Uprising might be there to meet them head on.
Yeah, the one thing that I don't like about the not going for the OE is because you basically give Swift mid-map. Like, they have all the position now. No one tried to overextend. So they're all just kind of sitting there by blue on the way to that P2. Just waiting for anyone to try to OE this late. I mean, now Band of Misfits' best bet's just to run straight through from this first hard point. I mean, yeah, maybe their strat was to go for the big points on the first hill, which you don't normally see. And, well, they picked up just about 50 points there on that. It's actually going to be a little bit over 50. So that's huge numbers for that first hard point. So, but the thing is that Swift Uprising can put those same numbers up on this P2 if Band of Misfits can't get in.
Absolutely insane P1 for the side of Band of Misfits as they stack up 50-plus points, which is very, very unlikely to happen on this map, as Swift Uprising, like you said, looking to answer back with a nice full hold of their own. Rolly going to be on your screen here, attempting to check back and forth, as we had Nomo Big Toe breaking into the hill and helping, facilitating, if you will, that Band of Misfits break from the front. However, only 20 seconds left before we begin to rotate to P3. You can see on your mini-map, Swift Uprising looks like they're going to be the first to the punch, as they will be ready for the rotations. Pretty indicative from what we had seen the first set of rotations from P1 to P2, but this time Swift Uprising is going to need to continue to chip away at this lead. They're going to have some big entry kills here that they're going to need to stop from the side of Band of Misfits.
Yeah, and just something to note is that I believe it was the last time that we casted Swift. Like, we just had so many back and forths in these hard points, and it was on a bigger cave map. It was on a Azir cave, so it was a similar, bigger map with these long rotations. And I mean, there at the very beginning of that hard point, Swift did great. I wouldn't say this is the start that they had last time, but I mean, they're right there with them. They're in this hazmat thing with Vex just kind of chilling, watching her cross. I mean, they're putting up good points. They had a really bad first hill. It's not like they tried to break in. The second hill wasn't what they wanted, but here they are making the comeback. Band of Misfits actually breaks in briefly to keep the lead going, but I like this from Swift Uprising, and to see that one person already rotating over toward Pool Hall is big for me, but I think he died, so never mind.
We see Prodigy on the ass end of a 5-kill streak right there. He was not able to continue that streak as Oblivion will pick up where he left off, taking 2 kills respectively for Band of Misfits as we begin to rotate, and now P4 has popped. 10-second advantage for BOM as Diggs looks like he's having a seizure there as he checks back and forth inside the back corner of P4. A pretty solid all-around setup from Band of Misfits. They have somebody watching the front blue and middle area as well as the P1 push. So we're going to see at least probably another 10 seconds come on this hill. However, it is immediately contested. Big gunfight win from Rolly, as he was able to break in with the help of Zeno, as this could be big. The break does come in for Swift Uprising, as honestly at this point, if you're Band of Misfits, it's probably pretty safe to chalk it after this push, as now we will see them, yeah, I know, head towards P5, but Swift Uprising, yeah, getting a really advantageous spawn for the next one.
Yeah, and then Band of Misfits just kind of got screwed over on the spawn. They were spawning basically that P2, so that gave Swift Uprising every opportunity to rotate from Pool Hall to this P5. So that's huge. Swift's already in there, and I mean, Band of Misfits are essentially getting cut down on the way there just because even people still rotating from the last hill are on the cross here. We see Zeno wrapping back to shoot them in the back there. So that's actually big play and lucky spawns if you're Swift, unlucky if you're Band of Misfits.
We know how much these maps can be decided by lucky and unlucky spawn flips. As right there you saw a product of that on behalf of Swift Uprising, as Prodigy will break into the front and pick up 2 kills with it, as C-Pills will trade off another. Anbu, the only one to get a kill outside the front of P5, as it is all tied up. Now Swift Uprising tried to break back in. Only 10 seconds left on this hill, though. But again, take a look at those rotations. We've seen Swift Uprising be the benefactor of all of these early rotations so far, as Band of Misfits has really just kind of brute forced their way into majority of these hard points. And we'll see if P1 for the second time is going to be any different than it was the first.
And what's really interesting to look at is, like, barring that first P1, Swift Uprising is winning this game. They essentially gave up the first P1 because they knew they had the rotations to P2. Here we see them battling for this. So I'm really interested to see how the second set of rotations is going to go, because Swift was at every rotation. They at least had a presence, and if they weren't in, they were right there. So, I mean, this P1 has definitely been Band of Misfits' best, but we already have more contests from the side of Swift than we had in that first time.
Absolutely. You see, currently they had 51 points. 90 points from Band of Misfits have been put up after the first P1, whereas Swift Uprising put up 121 of their 122 points during the last 4 hard points of that first rotation, as now both teams will be completely absent from P1. We do have one player who's pushing through. I believe that's Nomo Big Toe, as he does have some help in the middle of the map from C-Pills. 123 to 158 as P2 has popped. We'll see if Band of Misfits is going to be able to actually break in efficiently here and stop the counter 50-second hold or so that Swift Uprising has been able to put on because of these early rotations.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of been the story of this hardpoint, is Swift wins the rotations, and Band of Misfits kind of breaks in there at the end, and at least puts up good contests. Here, Band of Misfits hasn't had the presence that they've had early on in the hardpoint through this second set of rotations. So I look for Swift Uprising to take the lead here, and especially seeing some of their players creep through the minimap, maybe already thinking about that rotation to Hazmat, even with 20-plus seconds left on this hardpoint.
Well, this is a prime example of Band of Misfits learning from their prior mistakes. You see your minimap on screen currently. Band of Misfits electing to rotate at about 30 seconds and beating Swift Uprising to the immediate punch here, as we do have some players pushing down the riverside. Oblivion has got that by himself, as now he picks up 3. Prodigy on your screen now towards the middle of the map, as we see Oblivion back on your screen, as I believe Hero is now the one having a seizure, bouncing back and forth between both players, as Oblivion will unfortunately get turned and burned on by Vex there, as a bunch of kills flying in across the middle of the map. And take a look at how similar the slaying numbers are for both teams currently.
Yeah, and it's actually really crazy how close they are, but the really weird thing for me now is to see Band of Misfits rotating this early and sending so many people. I guess they kind of spawned out and decided to rotate maybe to trap Swift in those super back spawns if they do kill them on the rotation or something like that. But that is not what we saw in that first set of hills. And I mean, I think they were listening to us or something, because they definitely have learned from their mistakes. They're set up, but I mean, they let Swift break the end of that hill, and right now Swift's up. So we're going to see this rotation to the pool hall. The flood will come in. It looks like Swift was trying to set up a pinch, but that was shut down. But I mean, they're flooding through this P1 over toward that pool hall with around a 30-point lead.
Nice in the back of their heads for the side of Band of Misfits as they allow Swift Uprising to overtake P3 with about 10 seconds left. Is currently 50 seconds in P4, and we're seeing nothing but green inside of that hill. Now finally some blue will break through as Swift Uprising will straight up challenge from the front and win some massive entry kill gunfights there, as now everybody from Band of Misfits is attempting to converge from the middle of the map. We're now seeing some contests fly in 122 to 193. It is now contested as 2 kills go in favor of Band of Misfits. Rolly not able to finish that one up, but he does have his teammates support on the backside. Now watching the front, is he not going to get that kill onto C-Pills? That was absolutely massive, as that will give them the scrap time. And also we see players from both squads here ready for P5 to pop. It looks like a greenhouse towards the bottom of this bar.
Yeah, but here comes Swift almost as soon as they get set up. I think they're all grouping together, ready to make this one solid push to try to get in. The pinches coming through the back right there. We'll see him bust down that door here in just a second to get through. Yeah, right as I said that was kind of cool. But Swift Uprising is already in this hill. I mean, Band of Misfits had the initial rotation. And that's something to note. So Swift Uprising had the rotations for the first set of rotations, and they were able to hold on to it for a lot longer than Band of Misfits was when they had the rotation.
A full 5 wipe for the side of Swift Uprising, and that may backpack them to the victory. 249 to 209, just barely by the skin of their teeth does Band of Misfits escape, but how much longer can they prolong it? As Vex is on your screen, not much longer is the answer. 250 to 211 as Swift Uprising will take it in a nice fashion towards the back half of that last rotation. Again, we saw Band of Misfits win the early rotation battles across that second set of hard points, and it's a shame to see how they just, honestly, they got counter brute forced. We had talked about how Band of Misfits during the first rotations did not do a good job of getting across the map and ensuring that map positioning, as Swift Uprising countering with some sheer brute force and good pinches to break their setup on the opposite side. Great first map from both squads. However, Swift Uprising will edge it out by a 39-point margin. And one thing that I think is notable here is the fact that C-Pills went 11 and 26. So you see one member from Swift Uprising that didn't have at least 20 kills on your scoreboard here, and that was Rolly, but he had 2.5 minutes in Hill and still won over half of his interactions. So gotten 35 total interactions and was able to win 18 of them, as he was also helping his team in the Hill. C-Pills, we need to find him maybe a different role, as he did just have just south of a minute in the Hill, but still went negative.
By over double, it looks like.
Yeah, double negative and then some, 11 and 26. So definitely want to see him pick it up. If he does, then we might see a different hard point should we make it to a map 4.
Yeah, one thing I want to talk about is Anbu there. I kind of gassed him up before the match even started. Said he was the one that had the confidence there in the chat before the stream got rolling. And he went 35 and 18. So this man said that they're going to win 3-0, and he is on a mission with that stat line, even with a minute in the Hill. So that's pretty big. The fact that you can back that up after you say it is always huge, and that's great to see as we're watching some Call of Duty. We're waiting 1 second as we find out if the lobby's ready or not, and if not, we'll just talk through some stuff right here. So we're getting ready to see a Gunrunner S&D, and this is the weird one because it's offensively favored, which you normally do not see in S&D.
Absolutely. The offensively favored B-bomb push is something that both teams will tend to gravitate towards. We will see that, I would imagine, over half of the time, probably closer to 70 or 80%, we will see those offensive rounds go towards the B-bomb, as we'll see if that plays into who ends up taking the victory here. You and I both know that winning those defensive rounds are oh so important on this map. So both teams going to have to come out swinging.
Yeah, and what's kind of weird is normally when you get to round 11, you want to have that defensive side, but you see teams playing to get the offense for round 11.
Oh yeah, we'll
Gun
see
runners.
teams throw. We'll
Yeah,
see
they'll
teams throw
rounds.
round 10. Yeah, I mean, especially towards round 10 if they get close. I've seen a couple situations, not just here, but with AGN and some of the other leagues that I've commentated in, especially on Gunrunner. I'll see people straight up kill themselves in round 10. Because if they know that it's going to give them the advantage and they would rather have the offense, then, I mean, it's something that you got to see. I mean, those are the 200 IQ plays that can potentially win or lose games, as we know how flip-floppy this game, especially this map, can be.
Yeah, and it looks like we're just about ready too, so we won't throw it to a break. It seems like most people are already in the lobby, so we'll just talk a little bit more about that. So yeah, we'll get right into this S&D for you guys. Just thanks again to everyone tuning in as we see this awesome intro on this match day Saturday. It's always good to rhyme day with day when saying that, so that's always fun. I'm actually really excited to see this Gunrunner S&D. It's fun to cast just because there are so many factors that you don't normally see. Some people snipe, sometimes they don't. That's always fun to see. It's not something you normally see. But when it is, you just never know what's going to happen. Will they get the ankle? What sniper do they pull out? There are some long sight lines, but for the most part, they're close. We do have Swift Uprising on the offense here first, and it does look like that. Well, it doesn't look like a quick B push, but they're definitely favored to that side of the map with some people over toward A to apply that pressure.
Definitely not a quick B push because they are currently a man down. It is a 4v5. I'm not sure what happened to the final player of Swift Uprising, but Boogeyman gives no shits as he pushes up and puts the bomb down and very, very ego chows the blue crates area. Zeno able to trade it back off, now putting the numbers advantage back at even Steven is, however, Zeno was able to snag 3 kills that round, but Prodigy just the benefactor of those trades. As we will see the first round go in favor of Band of Misfits, and in no small part to the man disadvantage. I'm not sure how they plan to rectify this situation, but definitely not good.
No, that is not good. If you're a fan of Swift Uprising here, like I said, we're not really sure what's going to happen just yet. We're waiting on word from the chats and things like that. But as of now, we keep casting because the game keeps going. So we did see Band of Misfits take that first defense, brought to you in part by the man disadvantage. I can't help but think that would have went a little bit differently with the trades, but immediate first blood there. So there is no man advantage because that was the quickest first blood I've seen on this map.
Yes,
and there we go.
Tried to end the game, so ended it a little late to be quite honest, but I'm sure based on Swift Uprising playing through that first round with a man disadvantage, we can almost guarantee at least one round for Band of Misfits. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. It was Anbu that was absent, so Swift Uprising could have used his play calls in slaying on the map, at least for that first round, especially when it came down to a 1v1.
Yeah, it looked like we just had some miscommunication there as the lobby was getting set up. We had a player that had to run to the restroom really quick in that little break that we had in between them, and he just wasn't back by the time that the lobby ended up getting started. Unfortunate mishap there. Waiting on word to see exactly what's going to happen in terms of round count. But like you said, I wouldn't be surprised to see Band of Misfits up that 1-0 with how that first one played. Either way, that was just a little hint, a little sneak peek, if you will, to that gun runner for you guys. We talked about those quick B, and it was an initial quick B for that first half a round kind of that we saw there. For the most part, a little bit of spread. That was kind of fun to see because normally we see people just go straight for the B and not send 2 people A side. That was kind of fun to see in terms of just staring at the mini map the whole time.
Yeah, definitely rather interesting as I'm reading through the chat currently to see what is going to happen.
I am also reading as people are typing, but So we will have that. What's going to be a false start. So we are going to start at that 0-0 map search count, whatever you want to call that. So no one will have the advantage going into this. It is a clean slate. I assume people will be on the same side, so that means we're going to see a swift uprising on the offense to start this. We did get to see maybe what they were planning that first time, so maybe they'll switch it up, or maybe they'll just stick with their guns now that they have all their players. Because I mean,
flag on the play, false start,
Yes.
offense, 5-yard
15-yard
penalty.
penalty.
What?
I'm not sure. I don't play football. I play golf. I golf. Chill.
Do you play golf?
Yeah,
like
I do.
existential question, or do you just golf? Do you?
I play golf.
So you play golf. So golf
Yes.
is not a.
Okay, so if you're going casually, you just golf. How about if you do it competitively like I do? I would say that I play golf.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, from Tiger Woods himself.
In every aspect of my life, yes, he is my role model.
We'll just leave out the.
Late 2000s and all.
Yeah, you know.
No, that's
Hell
a
yeah. Own it, baby. Own it. I like
own it.
that. I like that. As I believe everyone should be ready. So I believe we're going to get this lobby started up back again at the 0-0 count this time. I think maybe we had somebody else maybe have to go to the bathroom.
I'm seeing at least one ready. We do see this match day Saturday thing popping up again. These intros are nice. We love to see these graphics. Production value over here at K7 is really nice. Something you don't see a lot at this level. Great people to work with. I mean, it is the final countdown to this second round. We're not in Europe. Yeah, we're not in Europe, and the band's not here either, but we're getting there.
We'll see what happens. As Band of Misfits, again, going to be on your defensive side. Swift Uprising, picture perfect play here. Going to see exactly the same thing we saw with the 4-man push. As Prodigy here on your screen, trying to catch a blood for the side of Band of Misfits. He did see that player cross in front of him, as he will be able to put down the bomb carrier. Immediate trades, nice heads-up play from Rolly there, as he will be able to trade that off and immediately continue with that bomb plant. It is now down at B, 3v3.
Yeah, but you do see these two players from Band of Misfits on the advantageous side to push this retake. Because it's all wide open for who I'm not sure exactly who that is. The minimap is a little bit blurry, so I can't see his number. It's gonna be Biggs. So there's only 2 people live. I did not check that. We have the 1v2 right now. I'm not sure. This retake is always tough. Oh, that's a cheeky angle. I've never seen that angle before. I did not know that you could check it through there.
That was a cheeky angle.
I have never seen that in my life. But if you're gonna retake,
hang on, let me rewatch this back on stream. Hang on.
Yeah, I've never seen that angle before. He was hiding in the little cubby hole in the crates, and he shot him through the crates. I don't think he ended up getting the kill there. No, he did. Yeah, I have never seen that before in my life.
Okay. By the way, shout out Starzy. That way you don't feel left out, dude. You always gotta shout out the homies. As he is in the chat right now supporting K7. We appreciate you being here. As we did see Band of Misfits take the first round, so that was a solid defensive round win, and it's coming at an early stage in this game, as we will see a counter B push, a little bit slower of one from the side of Band of Misfits, and it shows Zeno and Boogeyman, as Zeno picks up a second kill for the round, third for the team, as we are 1 kill away from a perfect round, as Vexes will put Prodigy down. Now C-Pills last alive against an onslaught of Swift Uprising members. Not where you want to be.
Oh, never. Stuck in green with players all around you is definitely not the spot here on Gunrunner, because you peek out and you get shot exactly as that happens. So Band of Misfits, so we said that it was an offensively favored map, and I promise that we're not lying to you. It is very rare that you see 2 straight defensive rounds for the win. There's a lot of times that I'm casting that I say first person to win the defense wins the map, just because of how this map plays. So interested to see if Swift's going to take that same push where they send like 2.5 to B and the other 2 through A to come to B. But I would love to see a quick A push right here. They're not going to
see it. Conventionalism is something that pervades this map, as We're going to go to continuously push that B site as Oblivion and C-Pills will grab their own respective kills there. As the bomb stuck in a precarious position over towards B. As C-Pills has pushed up towards this front blue crates area. I'm trying to see if he's going to get an angle on the guy in bathrooms. He will not. Ambu wisely backing up now in a 2v4. Really, really tough position, especially with the bomb being down right in front of bathrooms. So tough spot. Not impossible, though, as Vexes opens it up and snags another kill.
Yeah, so the 2v3 is obviously a lot better than the 2v4, but these guys are doing it. That kill, being a pick as it was, definitely helps because the trade wasn't there. Gives you more time to work the plant, essentially. I mean, they are going to run low on time. They're going to have to make a move eventually. That bomb is not in a good spot. If Ambu can finish this kill here, that's going to be big to take that to a 2v2, especially with his teammate coming for not necessarily a pinch, but definitely flank there. Teammate does fall. All up to Ambu in a 1v3. Is able to get the first, but do not foresee him finishing that round with the position of the players on that map. You saw him 360. He just jumped off and said, yeet. Just to kind of see what happens. But I mean, overall,
the top crate. I mean,
yeah, I've given the people's elbow. Couldn't quite finish it though.
just a little casual yeeting, you know, no biggie.
Yeah.
I will say those shots that he hit. The shots that he hit on that guy and you were pretty impressive, though. Yeah, it was pretty impressive. 100%. And I agree with you. This is definitely turning the concept of Gunrunner S&D on its head. And I will say, a lot of times that's a nade?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, you have to time it just right. There's no way that works.
Hang on.
He threw it through the fan. He tried to, at least.
Hang on, what?
Yeah, you can throw it through the fan. It glitches.
What? That's amazing. I'm learning all kinds of new things today. As it is a 2v2, C-Pills does have that bomb and stuck again towards middle as we're going to see a quick rotation to A. Neither player from Swift Uprising really in a position to stop it, though, as they may at least guarantee this bomb getting down. Very wise 200 IQ play from Anbu, though, because now he's going to check that area. He does now relay that information to his teammates. Let's see if they can retake this A site.
Yeah, and you can't forget the other Band of Misfits player coming through mid, kind of wrapping through bathroom. Now, that could be crazy positions to set up a pinch here.
Oh my God,
if it's not sniffed out. Yeah, completely wrapping back, and nothing goes down yet. I feel like he should have at least seen someone there, because now this bomb is going down at B, and Split Uprising has no clue.
The mind games coming out of Band of Misfits, faking the A rotation and coming back to B, as Rolly will be able to pick up that kill on C-Pills. Nomo Big Toe was last alive to help assure the offensive win, and we just saw a 4th straight defensive round win in this game. And I don't know what is life anymore.
Honestly, it's so late in this game. Like, this game it's essentially done, you know? Like, the new one's being announced in the coming week. We're in the ending stages of this one. And this map's being played in a completely different way. Like, I've never seen this map played this way. I guess it all comes down to what picks you get, and maybe it just comes with knowledge of the map. Maybe it's one of those things that we weren't going to see until the ending stages of it, just because people learn the defense a little bit better. But either way, it's really interesting to see, as we are 2-2 going into this round 5. Maybe we can get an offense going. Can Swift break the seal on the offense?
Well, something I was going to say before I was almost mind blown by the nade through the fan was that a lot of times we see the defensive round wins coming from the team that plays more cohesively. I mean, we've seen them mesh well together on the side of Swift Uprising. So the back-to-back defensive rounds that they, alongside Band of Misfits, have been able to put together, in no small part to solid team communication and being able to relay that information as soon as it's relevant, as we do see the bomb go down at A. Nomo Big Toe, along with the help of Oblivion, I believe. It is a little blurry, but I think that's Oblivion, as they're going to try and rotate and retake from this far right side. It is a 2v2. Let's see if he can push up. The secret player will knock him down, as Nomo Big Toe has to chase this kill. He's running out of time. Will not matter. Swift Uprising will take the first offensive round, and surprise, surprise, Big Brain Trevor calling it. The quick A hit will be the first round that we see won by an offensive team.
Yeah, and it's a little bit crazy. So this is about the time in a gun runner search and destroy that I'm saying first team to win the defense wins the match. Maybe in this case it's the first team that wins the offense. I mean, we've seen every defense won except for that band of Misfits there. So if Swift can continue this trend, they're gonna go up 4-2, and they're the only ones that have an offensive win on this map. So it looks like they're going. Band of Misfits is gonna go for B again, but I mean, you have 3 players stacked up for the side of Swift, so they should be able to snip this out. And I mean, that's how the map plays.
Will the offensive round win be the deciding factor for this S&D, as Zeno will steal the first blood onto Nomo Big Toe, Oblivion immediately trading one off with Vex, as now it is a 4v3 as Zeno does drop. C-Pills here with the push help from his teammates as he does push out of green. He does have that bomb as well. Didn't see the player over towards that forest side as he may come around the corner and find him now. Some lackluster shots from C-Pills as that was Boogeyman who attempted to retreat with his life. Now just like that, we've got Rolly left alive in a 1v3. He will drop as soon as we see him. All knotted up at 3 apiece. As the offensive round trade will go in favor of Band of Misfits this time. It's really a case of anything you can do, I can do better.
I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing. We started to see it in the hard point there, but Band of Misfits just couldn't capitalize when they're like, oh, you can win the rotations, we can too. They kind of fell short there. So hopefully for the side of Band of Misfits, they do not fall short in this contest here going into this 7th round.
The infamous round number 7. Let's see who edges this one out. At this point, you have to give it to the defensive side as Swift Uprising playing extremely aggressively there with the nade. C-Pills somehow escaping with his life as Prodigy will steal 2 kills in return, make it 3 and 4 as just like that, Vex is last alive with the bomb as he has rotated all the way back and he's got a hell of a round in front of him, a 1v5, and he has to put the bomb down. I have seen crazier things, but I don't think this is going to be it.
Yeah, and especially not with his position given away there with that kill. Best case scenario, you get the bomb down and you just play a heady somewhere as people come try to defuse it. But I mean, he is rotating. What if he wraps to B and is able to get through and puts the bomb down at B? That'd be nutty.
Would be nutty, but would it really matter at this point? With 30 seconds left in the round, he was able to steal another kill onto Oblivion as it is now a 1v3, and you see the members of Band of Misfits beginning to get a little nervous. They're starting to turtle up and watch angles as it looks like Vex might have peeked and saw Nomo Big Toe there, but unfortunately does not as he will be sniffed out. He's getting shot from underneath the train. C-Pills, along with the help of his teammates Nomo Big Toe and Prodigy, will encase him in the A site and put him down. And yeah, some body shots coming out relatively early. May have seen what Ambu was saying in the chat before the game started.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there was more than some body shots there. There was definitely some, we'll say some friendly backing going on there at the end of that round after they were able to take down that last player. But I mean, if wherever Kyle is out there in the universe of all of the things that he does, Band of Misfits just took the round 7. So according to the infamous superstition, they're gonna win this. They're gonna win the search.
They're getting extremely close as Nomo Big Toe does pull out the sniper and will be able to pick off Anbu with that sniper rifle as he did break it out towards round number 8, is immediately putting the numbers advantage in favor of Band of Misfits as Diggs will push in and aggressively take a second in by P2. 2 more kills traded off in favor of Swift Uprising, though, as C-Pills will take the 3rd. So now a 2v3. Bomb has been planted over towards A, and let's see what Nomo Big Toe can do with the sniper rifle as he is going to get pushed to the left. This could be a crazy retake for Swift.
Yeah, I mean, they got blooded, and that's never something you want to see. But Prodigy is kind of behind them. Maybe has the angle, can get through. So he's gonna know that this guy is there. The teammate has to turn around, kill him. Oh my God, he knifed him. Okay, that makes sense. Smoke was out. Smoke's out, knives out. You come through. You slice people up with just enough time that if he was had a couple seconds there at the end. But oh, some returning body shots there. He was just reloading his gun. He only had 3 bullets left. That's all that was.
Yeah. Just wanted to finish off that clip. Is you see Zeno here on your screen, slicing him up like Zorro inside the smoke.
How did he do a front flip?
I don't know. Jumped and hit the bomb site. I don't know. But this has been a hellacious search and destroy as we are traversing into round number 9. We do have Swift Uprising back on the offensive. Let's see how they can handle it as they're again potentially pushing for a quick A. We see that cheeky angle towards the front minecarts area come out, and oh my god, Nomo Big Toe could have a huge flank here.
Yeah, this flank is big. Especially if they don't turn around and get him right now. He could potentially get 2, possibly even 3 players in the back. Oh, they do turn around, but they're unable to get him. Yeah, so I mean they're able to sniff out the flank, but the trade was there. There's only one side left, one player, C-Pills, for the side of Band of Misfits in a 3v1. Those are tough in that position. He didn't necessarily have any of the crosses or head glitches or anything that he wanted in a 1v3. The quick A seems to be the play, honestly, in terms of offensive rounds. Have we seen a B hit that was successful offensively?
I don't believe so. Because there's only been 3 offensive rounds won throughout.
All 3 to A, yeah.
Yeah, so the entire game, and all 3 of them were at A. So yeah, we've seen the very concept of S&D on Gunrunner get flipped on its head across this entire game. And one thing that I will comment on too is I think Nomo Big Toe, maybe again harkening back to that. Cohesion as a team, pushing up for that flank. It was a good play in theory, but he had nobody else there to help him. As now Band of Misfits on the back foot, the very definition of it now, as Zeno and Vex will steal the first 2 bloods. Nomo Big Toe will Kobe back to Rolly, as we will see how the rest of this map begins to play out. Diggs very wisely spotting that player laying down in the top blue crate, as he will be able to steal bomb and retreat with his life. Let's see what he does here in the 3v4.
Yeah, we have the players from Swift Uprising are primarily targeted around the B site. We do see that one player starting to leak over toward A. That may be Anbu there, kind of playing that anchor spot, and actually picking up that kill. Oblivion does get the knife though, is traded out. Diggs does get the kill, so that leaves it to a 2v1. Diggs has to put the bomb down and only has a little over 20 seconds to do so, and shots are already on him. They know where he's at.
Absolutely. Popping the dead silence and attempting to push through the B bomb site is Diggs right now, hopefully trying to catch some solid timing. There was one player laying down inside of bathrooms. That is Zeno, as he will now push out and get the kill, as we see Swift Uprising take a very different S&D, as we see a whole hell of a lot of defensive play from both teams, but Swift Uprising taking the edge in no small part to Vex and Zeno, combining for 23 and 14. It's a pretty impressive game across 2 players.
Yeah, I mean, it was an impressive game all around, too. Like, both teams. I mean, this was a really interesting search and destroy to watch. One of the more interesting that I've actually casted in all of Modern Warfare. Just seeing how it flipped this Gunrunner upside down on its head. I mean, you never see that many defensive round wins in a Gunrunner, and then for there to only be those couple offensive wins, I mean, Swift was able to get them, and that was the deciding factor there. So that was actually really fun to see. And we saw some nades that we didn't know about through the fan. That's always fun. Experience new things and see what's going on. But before we head back to St. Petrograd for this domination, we will throw it to a quick break, and we'll see you guys in just a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Saturday Match Day. I'm Shifty here, joined by Trevor, as we just saw a 6-4 S&D go the way of Swift Uprising, as we are going to see a St. Petrograd domination for map number 3. Trevor, what are you expecting to see here?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what I'm expecting, but I know what I want to see. So I want to see the spawn trap in P1 for the trip cap. I don't care who gets it. I just want to see it. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I just to have to be on St. Petrograd again, I want it to be super interesting. We did have a really good hard point on this side, very back and forth. Both teams really playing both ways that you can play a hard point, getting the rotations or making the breaks. So that was actually really fun to see. I mean, obviously Swift Uprising does come on top in that hard point, leading the series 2-0. But man, I really want to see the trip cap, the trip cap trap.
Ooh. Little rhyme time with Trevor here is we are going to see this beautiful match day graphic loading up as the game is loading up simultaneously here. We will see map number 3. Match point for the side of Swift Uprising for them to be able to advance on and play. Who won? Finale? What was it? Finale that beat Monolithic earlier. So the winner of this match will go on to play Finale in the finals of this minor. Is nice Kobe right off the break from C-Pills. I think C-Pills might be the X factor, if you will, for the side of Band of Misfits here. We did see him have a pretty lackluster performance in map number 1, so it'll be interesting to see how he bounces back from that in this second respawn.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, he was the one who underperformed in that first hard point. Same map, so maybe hopefully it's just the mode and not the map for him, as we see that kill feed light up blue. So the CB hold is in favor of Band of Misfits currently. As I say that, Swift Uprising is taking that back to secure the AB hold. And it looks like they're trying to overextend up the top of the map toward Hazmat, maybe get a couple kills, put pressure on the spawns there. But I agree, C-Pills is definitely that X factor for the side of Band of Misfits. But I mean, if you are Band of Misfits, make sure you shut down Onbu, because last time that he played a respawn, he dropped 35 on you.
Absolutely, Onbu coming for the necks of Band of Misfits, and let's see if they can continue the 3-0 sweep. As of current, Band of Misfits sitting pretty with a small lead, but more map control than you can shake a stick at, as Diggs here is currently single-handedly locking down and regaining that B flag, as we do know the AB hold is extremely important on this map, as Swift Uprising was going to be the benefactor of the spawns off of the break, as Diggs is on a 5-kill streak. He has started off 7-1. He's got the hot hand. Let's see how it continues.
Yeah, that's definitely, you love to see that just in general. Like the low deaths with big kill streaks are always really fun to watch, especially getting these power positions, tripping another guy off to go on that 6-3. He was lined up to maybe get a couple more there, but Swift Uprising did have the angle, able to shut him down. And when you see someone getting hot like that, you see their name in the kill feed a bunch on the left side, you definitely want to make sure you kill them, and that's exactly what Swift did as they're going to try to retake this B flag. Haven't lost control of A just yet, and the spawns aren't getting wonky because there's not really, no one's really overextended in this map yet. I'd like to see it happen, but I'm just a little bit biased. I want to see that trip cat.
Absolutely, we're very close to it, as Band of Misfits has not stopped controlling the middle of the map since it started. As Diggs 8-3 now. No player besides Rolly on the Swift Uprising side positive as of current, as Anbu will drop into the negative category as well. Vex is here on your screen, going to pick up one, but will get immediately traded off by two members from Band of Misfits as they traverse back towards the Bravo flag and ensuring that CB hold that Band of Misfits has really favored during this first half, and with good reason. They are about to eclipse a 30-point lead here before this minute is over.
Yeah, it's really fun to see. Maybe not a traditional hold on a domination here. I'd say the AB is favored just because of the power positions that you can get to from that A side. But Band of Misfits said there's no favor here. We're just gonna take the CB and run with it. And that's exactly what they've done. I mean, they have the power positions. They're watching the angles. They know what they're doing. C-Pill's here. I mean, he's 6 and 7. Maybe not going off like we said he needed to, but whatever he's doing, whatever the team is doing as a whole, it is working.
Absolutely. What else is working right now is the M4 of Rolly, as we saw him pop a nice two-piece right towards the middle of the map as Swift Uprising finally going to control B for the first time so far in this round, as there is a minute left. A little bit of time to make up this deficit, but definitely not where you want to be when spawning on the advantageous side for the first half, as Anbu relaying that information to his team. C-Pills last alive on Bravo. E will drop and give Swift Uprising full map control back, as now we'll start to see the blue squad push up past that 50-yard line and begin to potentially start spawn trapping the Band of Misfits squad. But again, too little too late. Only 30 seconds left in this half, is that we may just very well see a map 4 here, depending on how the rest of this domination goes.
The weird thing is I mean, we look at the Gunrunner from the last map and we think how it should be played. Well, maybe both of these teams just happen to favor that CB, as we finally do see some members of Swift Uprising get to that B side. I mean, there's only going to be a couple ticks come in as I'm finishing this sentence anyway. I mean, they tried what they could to recuperate from the deficit there at the end of the first half. But starting on the bad side, if you will, Band of Misfits takes just about a 20-point lead, which is something that you don't see. On the bad side, you're happy being down 10. They said, we don't want to be down 10. Let's be up 20. That's a 30-point swing from what you expect to see. So that's really fun. Maybe Swift just happens to be a CB favored team as well. If not, we very well could go back to Gunrunner.
30-point swing. How's that for some quick math from Trevor, the man, the myth, the legend, is we are again going to have Swift Uprising on that Charlie side now, as Boogeyman hauling ass towards the middle of the map to try and secure B if he can. Unfortunately, going to get caught with his pants down and his knife out, as C-Pills will push across middle and ensure that first kill. But Swift Uprising now on the offensive, as they're trying to take it to them towards B. Rolly and Anbu will take respective kills, as Prodigy dropped on your screen, and now a CB hold imminent from the side of Swift Uprising. We'll be interested to see if they will be able to push up past that mid-map line and start pinning them back in the A side. As you may be right, after we saw the Gunrunner get flipped on its head, that S&D, maybe these teams just prefer the supposed bad sides.
Yeah, 100%. And then C-Pills was trying to make a play there, getting behind him, going to that C side. So, I mean, 100% Band of Misfits has to favor that C side. He did get shut down on that flank, but there's another player who shut down on the flank too. Whoever's on the back, like, bus train side, never mind, he died. As I tried to say his name, he died. Number 2 there, Rolly. Rolly won some big key gunfights until he died after I tried to say his name. Either way, Band of Misfits is starting to get back to that mid-map control. They're pushing up a little bit. Maybe not have control, but definitely pressure. They are starting to spawn pretty far, so they're going to have to make sure that they can group together, or else Swift Uprising could potentially push this advantage, and maybe we'll see that trip cap.
The entire Swift Rising squad taking advantage of that Caster's curse, as soon as you said Band of Misfits was able to push up towards B, we had an entirely blue kill feed, and now they are running with that, as C-Pills and Nomo Big Toe able to take one respective kill apiece, as now they finally have some presence towards this Bravo flag. We will guarantee a neutral. No, we will not. The buzzer beater from Anbu there, and Rolly as well. They will stop that B neutralization, which will then give them the lead here very soon, as we may even potentially see them push up to get that trip cap as Rolly on a 5-kill streak. This man is on a roll. Colin Butter, as he is 20-12 right now, most kills in the lobby.
Yeah, and that was a big gunfight by Boogeyman there towards C. The pressure was there. Some trades went down, but Swift Uprising kept control of it. And now, I mean, they're pushed up into the, into Band of Misfits side of this B flag, and they're just turning around, killing people. Rolly is he really is on a roll with that 7-kill streak right now. This man feels unstoppable, and he's just going to keep going with it. He didn't see, and that could have been another free kill for him to push it to that 8. Either way, this is some amazing map control from Swift Uprising. They managed to take the lead back after that 20-point deficit, but Band of Misfits is showing some life as they've been spread across the map.
Spread across the map indeed, as C-Pills will finally push up and snag this B flag, but a very wise play from the side of Swift Uprising to flip the map on its head. They will not only re-secure Bravo, but also flip back and control Alpha, as honestly, we've seen Band of Misfits prefer this spawn side. Let's see if this is going to be indicative of how the rest of this game will go. Now a counter 2-1 hold for the side of Band of Misfits. We see Diggs on your screen, who will pick up a massive kill onto Vex, as now things are going to get hot, heavy in the middle of the map. See if they continue to get close. Nice power positions, though, being taken advantage of from the guys on Swift Uprising, and that will allow that B flag to be regained. But C-Pills, again, playing the sneaky beaver role and pushing across the map to neutralize the opposite flag.
Yeah, so, Swift Uprising did flip to get that A side, but I don't know why, because they've had so much more success with the C, just how Band of Misfits did. They're actually trying to get C back right now. There is that one player being a nuisance for them. I want to say it's Diggs, as he does pick up that kill on Anbu. Isn't traded out, but looks like, yeah, so they did manage to get C there for the side of Swift Uprising, which is big in the final 30 seconds, having that lead. 5 points, so anything can happen. Shifty, what's going to happen, dude?
It is not out of the woods yet for either squad. 25 seconds and counting down, as Band of Misfits now will be able to neutralize B. Cannot stay alive long enough to secure it, as Swift Uprising may have just punched their ticket to a clean sweep here, and it is now going to be mathematically impossible. Shout out Breezy, as 8 points will be the deficit. Now 9, now 10, as it will be 169 or 170 to 160 rather. Swift Uprising will take a 10-point victory, and that was the definition of a back and forth game. But when the rough got going, the rough, I don't know.
Are you struggling?
I think I just had an aneurysm.
Is that the phrase you're
Yes, I just had an aneurysm. I apologize. I think my nose is bleeding. Somebody help me. But either which way, we had a player from Band of Misfits leave early. He knew it was over. GG's all around, as Swift Uprising will secure the 3-0 victory in a spectacular fashion. The definition of a trade back and forth, as we see Vex in the chat already telling him.
Yeah, that's actually really fun to see. We love to see that banter. You love to see the body shots. You love to see the bags, because it leads to things like that. People get the vendetta and they run with it. He said, "Yeah, you never should have shot my body. There's the sweet for you, pal." He pulled out the brooms and just went with it. That was the definition of a back and forth series. Honestly, it says 3-0, but I'd say it's a lot closer. 250 to 211 for the first hard point.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Okay, I got it. Sorry. Sorry.
He had to Google it really quick, guys. That's why he went silent.
I fixed my stroke. I don't know what happened there. I think one side of my body is drooping currently. My apologies.
Oh my god.
Sorry, continue with your analysis, Trevor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I just needed to make sure you're okay, man. And we're glad that you are. It's a pleasure casting with you. But like I said, it really was a back and forth map or a series there. It was 3-0. Played a lot closer than that. Swift won the hard point by less than 40 points. Won the Dom by 10, and then it was the 6-4 on that Gunrunner search and destroy that we were able to see. These these maps played really backwards for me, honestly. The Gunrunner made 0 sense with all of the defensive round wins, and then the CB hold on Petro. I mean, I guess it makes sense as to how they could do it. The map is pretty parallel in terms of domination when looking at it that way. Yeah, I cannot get over that S&D, man.
The Gunrunner S&D getting flipped on its head, as we said earlier. The defensive round wins being the setting the precedent, if you will, for how teams should play defense on Gunrunner. As again, thanks to everybody that makes K7 happen. Big shout out to Rogue Energy, FadeGrips, Gamers Resort, and GitGudHosts for providing what we use to bring this league to use. As, again, I am Shifty here, joined by Trevor and Hero. Hero, this time, do you have any closing words before I go to Trevor?
Bro, how do you steal a coat?
How do you what?
How do you steal a coat?
A coat?
You jacket.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not even closing
now
it
that
out.
that's over,
I'm not even closing it out, dude.
Yeah,
We're
now
done.
that one's over, I'm gonna go ahead
Shut
and
it
take
down.
this away. Thank you for everyone who is joining us. Thank you for tuning into some Call of Duty. It's been a day full of Call of Duty. I cannot wait to see you guys. Yes, thank you, Boo. I was gonna boo him too, but I just had to take it from him. I could not let him get another word in. Boo to you, Hero. The chat seems to agree with me. Thanks everyone for joining in, and we'll see you next time.